Hi there, welcome back to another Slightly Rednecked video. Again, my name is Chris. If you're not familiar with this channel, I help you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or heck, even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. We're in the kitchen today, and we are making rabbit stroganoff for dinner tonight. So I know a lot of you have been asking for some more cooking videos, some more ideas on how to use up your rabbit, so I thought I'd share this with you. All right, let me run through kind of real quick what we're going to need to make this recipe, and then we'll get right to cooking. First of all, I've got a rabbit cut up. This is pretty much most of a rabbit cut up. It's about 2 pounds worth of meat. Just cut it up into little chunks, cut it off the bone. I didn't show that on film because it's, really, you're cutting it into chunks. You don't have to cut it off any special way. I'm not an expert at deboning a rabbit, so it was kind of sloppy the way I did it, but I managed. I got these cut into chunks, just little chunks is all you need. I've got some seasoned flour here. I just put some pepper, some salt, and some garlic powder in there. How much? I don't know. I didn't sniff test. When it smells good, then it's probably ready. Got some mushrooms. These are baby Bella mushrooms, or also known as cremini mushrooms. I can't remember the name of them, but anyway, same kind of thing. Baby Bella mushrooms. About a half cup of sour cream. Some chicken stock, probably about, you're going to need about a half a cup maybe of chicken stock. Tablespoon or two of Worcestershire, some sea salt or just whatever kind of salt you like, doesn't matter. I've got a small onion diced up here and some fresh thyme from the herb garden all cut up here, and I think that's most of it. A little bit of butter. I've also got some egg noodles I'm going to be cooking to serve this over. I think that's pretty much most of the ingredients. A little bit of paprika wouldn't be bad in this either, but I don't have any paprika, so I'm leaving that out tonight. Let me bring you in close and we'll show you how we're going to do this. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of dredge my rabbit pieces in some flour here. Just get them coated a little bit. Set off to the side. And let me get this all done. Since you need to watch me do this, the whole thing, and then we'll come back and we'll get to cooking. Alright, so I've got my skillet heated up here, and I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of butter. You can use kind of pretty much whatever kind of fat you want for this, olive oil, bacon grease, whatever. I'd prefer bacon grease, honestly, but I don't have any bacon grease right now, or not enough anyway, so I'm going to be using butter. I'm going to go ahead and melt that in the pan. Alright, so once my butter is melted, then we're just going to start placing the rabbit in here, and basically all I'm going to do is just, you don't want to cook this all the way through, just want to cook it until it's brown. A couple minutes on each side probably. You don't want to crowd your pan. Do it in small batches if you need to. Okay, again, you're not looking to cook this, you just want to brown it on each side. So once it's done, just take it out, set it on a plate. Make sure you're using a clean plate for this. Don't use the same plate you had the raw meat on, even though it's not fully cooked. Just set it off to the side. We're going to come back to it. Let me get the rest of this rabbit browned up, and then we'll come back. We'll show you the next step. All right, so I've got my rabbit all browned up, and I'm going to add a little bit more butter here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to throw our onions in here and get those all sauteed up. And just cook them for a few minutes until they're starting to brown, starting to get nice and tender. Alright, that's looking pretty good, so we can go to the mushrooms. Get these, kind of break them up a little bit. Now we're just going to cook this till the mushrooms get pretty soft. I may have to add a little bit more butter. In fact, I probably will. It's getting pretty dry. And this won't take long, just a few minutes. Get the mushrooms softened up and cooked down just a little bit. Alright, these are looking pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these out of the pan, and I'm just gonna put them on the same plate with the rabbit, because it's all gonna go back in together anyway. All right, now we're gonna start building our sauce here, and I'm gonna start off by adding a little bit more butter to this pan because I want to get a good roux going. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of flour, and I'm just using the same seasoned flour that I used to dredge the rabbit in. Probably around 2 tablespoons of flour. And just stir this around. Again, you want a good roux. You just want to stir it around, cook it until it starts to brown a little bit so it doesn't taste like flour. Looks like I don't have enough butter in there. Let's try that some more. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. Alright, I think we're good. Now I'm going to reduce the heat just a little bit because I'm going to add some liquid to this, and adding liquid to a hot cast iron pan can be just a little bit dangerous. So I'm going to start off with my chicken stock, and again I'm going to do this real slow. About a half a cup of chicken stock, and I want to stir this around really good, get all these lumps out of this roux, smooth it out a little bit. A whisk would probably be a little bit easier, but I'm doing what I can here. Just stir it around until it's nice and smooth and you got the lumps out of it. Alright, this time I can start bringing the heat back up. I'm going to add, I don't know, tablespoon maybe of Worcestershire sauce. About a teaspoon roughly of salt. My fresh thyme. Give that a good stir. Now all my rabbit, my mushrooms, my onions, all that stuff that I've already cooked up, that's all going right back in the pan now. All right. Just stir that up just a little bit so it all gets all that great sauce all over it. All right, so now we're just going to bring this to a boil, kick it up pretty high. Bring it to a boil, get it good and hot, reduce it down to a simmer. Let it simmer for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes at the most, till the rabbit is cooked through. I'm going to add a little more chicken stock to that. It looks a little bit on the dry side to me. You know, a splash or two of, a couple tablespoons of some white wine would be pretty good in here if you had some. I don't have any on me, so I'm not going to use that, but that would be awesome in here too. There we go. almost forgot one very important ingredient, sour cream. About a half a cup of sour cream in here. All right, now we're going to let it cook until the rabbit finishes. Probably, like I said, about 15 minutes maybe. All right, so it is finished. So I'm going to serve this up over some egg noodles. Wish you could smell it because it sure does smell fantastic. And a sprig of fresh parsley just to top it off. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Let me know if you tried this recipe, how you liked it. It smells fantastic. Can't wait to dig in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, God bless.